friends, Shannon Thigpen with a yoga workout video. It's designed to link poses together. In the yoga community, it's called Vinasanas, to flow and help with toning as well as flexibility and breathing. This is known as a sun salutation. So it will go through these series of poses, flowing through them, and in this case, up to 10 times. I don't want that to scare you, because if you only get through the sequence one time, great. Take all the time that you need. What I do want you to make sure of is that you have a non-skid surface, so you're not sliding. Make sure you have like a yoga mat, or you're working on a carpet. You don't have socks on a hardwood floor or something like that. You can also use a chair so that you can go from a standing to a kneeling to a lying down position. And you can use yoga blocks too, if that will help you. You can use straps or belts to help you with your stretching. Enjoy this workout. Remember, you're working at your own pace, your own intensity, only doing what feels right for you, and it'll be great.
Stand tall on the ball and heels of your feet, arches lifted. Even if you're wearing tennis shoes and socks, you can still stand tall on the ball and heels of your feet. Keep your knees soft. They're not locked back as far as they could be. Your abdominals are lifted and engaged. Palms open, shoulder blades down and back coming together. Crown of the head going towards the ceiling. Keep your jaw relaxed and soften your gaze. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Kind of releasing any tension you might have. And breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath. Bring your hands up. Inhale. Slight back bend. Make sure you're not stressing your low back, and fold. Your knees can be really soft. You can use a yoga block here. Use a chair if you'd like. Bring your thighs close to your chest by bending your knees and folding, hinging at the hip. Cross your arms for a moment. Allow the spine to elongate. Then roll up, hollowing out your abdominals, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders, neck, and head are last. Again, inhale, slight back bend. Exhale and fold. Soften the knees as much as you'd like. Inhaling, exhaling. Step back with one leg. Bring an arm up. Inhaling, exhaling. Make sure your hip, knee, ankle of the opposite leg is aligned. Hands down, pick up the back knee. Inhale, step back with the opposite leg. You're in plank. Keep your shoulders broad. Put your knees down. Bend your elbows. Notice the creases are facing away from you. Keep your hips up as you lower. Inhaling, then slither through into cobra. Shoulders down and back. You can stay very close to the floor or come up into a deeper back bend. Then sit back in child's pose or come up into down dog, which means your knees are off the mat. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. You're drawing them down and back. Pedal your feet, inhaling and exhaling. Bending one knee and then the opposite knee. As you bend the knee, the opposite leg straightens and you're stretching the heel. Inhale, lift that right foot. Bring the right foot inside the right hand. If you have to do that in several steps, that's fine. Lift the left hand. Inhale, stretching through the hip flexors. Exhale, bring your hands down. Pick up your back left knee. Inhale, bring your left foot forward. Fold. Inhale, flat back. Place your hands on your hips and come all the way up. Inhale, bring your hands up. Slight back bend. Exhale and fold. Inhale, step back with your left foot this time. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, place the knee down. Lift your left arm. Inhale. Exhale, taking a few breaths. Inhale, curl the toes of your back foot. And bring your right leg back. Plank. Make sure you're a straight line without sinking your hips. Use your core. Place the knees down. Leave your hips lifted as you bend your elbows to lower into that 8-point posture. Hips stay up last. Then peel through cobra. Push back, down dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Pedal the feet again. Retract the shoulders away from your ears. Pick up your left foot. Bring the left foot inside your left hand. Lift the chest. Inhale. Press through that left heel. Bring your right foot forward. Fold. Hands on your hips. Come all the way up. Stretch into your back bend. Exhale to heart center. Take a breath. And again, inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg back. Lunge. Left hip, knee, ankle is aligned. Energy through your arms, shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Plank. Inhale, hover. Exhale, peel through cobra. Inhale, curl your toes, push back into down dog. Keep retracting the shoulders away from your ears. Use your balls of your fingers, not just your wrist or the bottom of your hands. Once you bring that right foot forward, come up into a lunge. Right hip, knee, ankle are aligned. Inhale, press through the right heel, bring your left foot forward and fold. Hands on the hips, flat back. Your head has to come up above your shoulders in order to get that back flat. Slight back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg steps back. Arms up, lunge. Make sure your left foot stays to the left side of the mat, right foot to the right side of the mat. Inhale, hands down. Right foot back, plank. Knees on the mat or not. Inhale, hover. Exhale, cobra. And push back. Feel the stretch through the shoulders, through the back. Down dog. Your heels should not easily dig into the mat or carpet. They should be an inch or two from the mat. They shouldn't be too high either. Inhale, exhale. Arms up. Inhale. Bring that right foot forward, fold. And reverse swan. Come all the way up. Slight back bend. And fold again. Inhale. Right foot steps back. Lunge. Left hip, knee, ankle, all one line. Inhaling. Exhaling. Plank. You can do a one knee plank and hover. Hands need to be pretty close in. Chest comes in between the hands. Then cobra, peel up. Then push back into down dog. You're creating an apex with your triangle, your hips at the apex. Right foot coming forward. You could use your hands and help to swing that leg forward. Your back knee can stay on the mat. Lunge. Hands down. Left foot forward. Fold. And reverse swan. Fold. Left foot back. Lunge. Knee could be on the mat or not. Hands down. Right foot back, plank. Inhale, hover. Hips stay up. Exhale, cobra. Nice deep back bend. Make sure you're only doing what's right for you. Push back into down dog. You should not feel pain. You should not feel like you're straining or stressing. Left foot forward. And lunge. Hands down. Right foot forward, fold. Reverse swan. Slight back bend. Hands to heart center. Fold again. Right leg back. Lunge. Left leg back. Plank. Hover. Cobra. Push back down dog. Right leg lifts. Bring the right leg inside the right hand. Keep the hip, knee, ankle aligned. Lunge. Inhale. Left foot forward. Fold. Left leg back, lunge. Inhaling and exhaling, hands down. Right leg back, plank. Your knees could go on the mat before you hover, remember that. And cobra. Push back, down dog. Left leg lifts, left leg inside the left hand. Come up into a crescent lunge. Your back heel is lifted. Hands down. Bring that right leg forward. Fold. Arms up, inhale. Fold. Leg back and lunge. Hands down. Opposite leg back and hover into cobra. Push back. Chest towards your thighs. Down dog. Breathe, please. Inhaling. Exhaling. Right leg lifts. Foot in between the hands and lunge. Inhale. Press through your right heel. Bring your left foot forward and fold. Come all the way up. Back bend. Fold. Inhale. Left leg back. Lunge. Keep that left foot on the left side of the mat, your right foot on the right side of the mat. Inhale. Right foot back. Hover. Cobra. Remember, you don't have to come up high for your cobra. Push back. Down dog. Push the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, exhale. Left leg lifts. Comes inside that left thumb. I didn't bring my hands up that time, but you could. Then bring your opposite leg forward. Back bend. Good. Inhale, standing tall. Mountain pose. Namaste. Let's do some mat work. So you want to make sure you have a mat that's cushioned enough or some carpet underneath you. Lie flat on the mat with your toes straight ahead. Bring your feet as close to your glutes as possible. And we're going to start with some pelvic tilts. These are really good to do to work your abdominals, number one, and number two, to stretch your low back. So I have an image of a standing pelvic tilt because I really want you to see that you are flattening your back. So when you're lying down, you make sure you smash the curve out of the low back. And see, notice it's not that rocking or pushing your hips forward and back. It's a very isolated motion where you create the curve, a little exaggerated curve in your back, and then you flatten your low back. A lot of us walk around with the exaggerated curve, it's called lordosis, in our back, and you really want to make sure you have your neutral spine or your natural curve. Okay, take a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling when you do your pelvic tilts, and then lift the hips as you peel the spine off of the mat. You'll have to press your heels into the mat or carpet. You're using your glutes, so it may be difficult to get your hips up, but just do what you can and then come down one vertebra at a time. Make sure your hands are by your side, your shoulders are down away from your ears, there's no stress in your neck. Come back up again, just lifting one vertebra at a time off of the mat. And then when you lower, you're going to lower one vertebra at a time, articulating the spine on the mat. Before you do, see if you can bring your hands a little closer together. Now bring your knees into your chest. See if you can hug them. Circle your ankles, inhaling and exhaling. Straighten your legs to the degree that you can, as best you can. You're not being forceful. Point and flex your toes. Use your abdominals to help you keep the legs straight. Then this is called happy baby. Happy baby, you push your knees down on either side of the torso, inhaling and exhaling, and you keep the low back close to the mat. You can rock your happy baby. Your hands can be on your calves or your ankles or your toes, but when you're doing that, make sure the soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. Then carefully bring your feet back down. We're going to do one more bridge, peeling the hips off of the mat, lifting one vertebra at a time, inhaling and exhaling. This time we'll rock gently from one side to the other to see if you can get your hands closer together, interlacing the fingers, getting the pinky fingers on the mat if you can, and your arms straight. Your shoulder blades are coming together, you're breathing. This is really good work for your core, really good for your low back strength, strengthening your glutes, stretching your hips, and slowly come down. Bring one knee into your chest, hug that knee close, actively work the opposite leg as well. Then stretch the leg. You can use a strap or a belt here, or just place your hand above your knee or calf or ankle or big toe, whatever is going to work for you. Try to avoid rolling the opposite hip in. Then inhale, bend the knee again, and we'll do a twist here. With your opposite hand, bring that knee across your body. Keep that same side shoulder down and turn your face away from the knee. Then hug it again. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring the knee across your body. Make sure to keep your shoulder down and you're looking opposite the direction of the knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now place the ankle above the opposite thigh. Now you may not need to bring the leg in to get a stretch, just leave it on the ground. If you want a deeper stretch, take one hand through the legs, one hand outside the legs, and grab the back of that leg that you're bringing closer. Uncross the legs, and we'll repeat on the other side. With the knee bent, hug the knee, point and flexing your foot, then straighten the leg and take it towards the sky. Bring the leg out laterally, inhaling and exhaling. Careful to keep the opposite hip from rolling towards the leg you have stretched out. Then bend the knee and bring the knee across your body. This is a spinal twist. Inhaling and exhaling. It should feel good. It should not be forced at all. Turn and look opposite the knee. Right now I'm not turned away from the knee, but you would turn away from the knee and make sure that opposite shoulder stays on the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. There it is. You want to feel slight pulling, slight tension. You don't want to feel pain. Then cross the ankle above the opposite thigh and bring the leg closer. Inhaling and exhaling. both knees in. Take the legs up towards the sky. Point and flex. Point and flex. You may still have a deep bend in your knee. If your hamstrings are tight, that's okay. Just straighten them to the degree that you can. Keep your hips down on the mat. Bend and straighten. This is working your core here and straightening your hamstrings at the same time. Bend and straighten. It should not hurt. Slight pulling, slight tension. You could also do one leg at a time. If doing two legs is a bit much, do one at a time. Bend and straighten, and then switch. I did 5 on the first side, so I'll do 5 on this side. Put the soles of your feet together. Allow the knees to come out comfortably to either side. Breathe, inhaling and exhaling. This is opening the hips, stretching through the hips, and breathing. Bring the inner thighs together. Straighten one leg long and the opposite leg long. Now focusing on breathing. Inhaling, slowly exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Soften the muscles of your face. Close your eyes for just a few moments. Take a few breaths. Then turn to your side. Give yourself a few seconds to transition from your practice to the rest of your day. You can make a little pillow with your hands. Stay heavy in your legs as you use your arms to bring the upper body away from the mat. Sit in an easy pose, something that is comfortable for you. Then inhale, bring the arms up and down. Namaste.